Peace. Welcome back to Essence Tarot. And this is going to be what is going on with the masculine and the karmic, okay, in their connection. So we're going to find out what's going on. Some of y'all may say, who cares? Okay, so some of y'all may say, who cares about their connection? But, you know, there are some people who may want to know what's going on. And, you know, we'll see. Okay, so we're going to use the romance cards to start. So let's see what Spirit has to say about divine masculine and the karmic relationship. Alright, what is going on with the divine masculine and the karmic relationship at this moment? Now, if this resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. So, soulmates, okay? All right, so right now, with this, what's going on with this masculine and the karmic? Now, these are the ones that's actually in a relationship. I'm not talking about the ones who are just messing around and they're hopping from person to person. This is more of a committed level. This is more of the masculine actually believes that the karmic is his soulmate, okay? So the masculine and the karmic at this moment believe that they are the true soulmates, okay? So that's what we're starting with right there. So if they've been together for a while or have children or married, you know, they believe that they belong together, okay? They believe that they are soulmates, okay? Some of y'all may say that maybe they are soulmates, but you got romantic feelings, okay? Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So they're just going with the flow, all right? They're going with the flow of their connection. I don't know if you guys saw that. Let me put that right here. All right, so they're just going with the flow of their feelings, okay? It's more of their physical feelings and not their spiritual. So when I say they believe that they're soulmates, they believe that they, due to the fact of being together, feel like they're bonded. Okay, so they do have romantic feelings. Okay, your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, it says yes, this is your soulmate. So they believe that this is their soulmate. They're convinced that, you know, this is the love of their life. So let's see what else is going on here with this masculine and what he feels about his karmic. Okay, so he's very attracted to his karmic. Okay. And he's due to attraction, you know, it can put you under a spell, okay, and make you want to believe this, okay. So you do have free yourself, okay. Free yourself. It is time to take control of your life. So what Spirit is pretty much telling the masculine that he needs to free himself, okay, free himself. And then you have engagement. Okay, so it's saying that it's time to take back control of your life. Okay, and then we have engagement. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, so Spirit is pretty much saying that their relationship is not really going to go as high as as they believe it is. Like I said, it's just a physical attraction. You know, it's not going to go any higher than that. Okay, so, you know, this masculine is actually comfortable with that because he doesn't feel tied down 100%. Okay, so we're going to shift the cards. So let's get into the clarifiers to find out what's really going on and why the masculine needs to free himself from this relationship. Okay, like I said, you know, the masculine was trapped into a union with this karmic where he felt that this is his partner. This is the one that they love, and this is the one that they chose. Okay, due to the feelings that they was expressing to each other physically. They expressed physical emotions with each other. They had babies and, been together for years, and they started something. The masculine didn't want to, start all over, because, some masculines tend to not want to move on and start anew, the ones who actually want to be committed. Okay, so you have free yourself. Okay, it's time to take back control. So it looks like the masculine is, is going to have to set this karmic free, or at least set himself free from this karmic, or still have not yet prepared himself for that type of connection with the karmic yet, because you got engagement next to it. Okay, so it's almost like he's coming out of that illusion of, of commitment. Okay, because you got to free himself from the engagement. So most likely, if they do get married, it won't last long. Or if they do commit to the karmic, it won't last long, is what Spirit is pretty much saying. Because even though this masculine may be stuck in his feelings and believe that, he wants to go with his feelings, and he doesn't realize it's not just his feelings, it's his desires for this karmic. The karmic is meeting his expectations, okay? And that put that masculine underneath a spell of his own. Okay, he put himself under a spell. So let's see what else. Spirit clarify soulmates. So like I said, they were peaceful. He was peaceful, And if this is a feminine masculine, she was peaceful in the connection with the karmic. They had a good time together, It was very peaceful, and I can see why they would believe that, this person is actually somebody worth being with, because it's always good in the beginning. See, in the beginning, he thought that he met someone special. Okay, they never had that soul recognition, but they had that deep feeling. But it was definitely peaceful, and that's what got the masculine to feel like this person is somebody worth keeping. Okay, but there have been some arguments going on. Okay, they've been through some tough times. Okay. That whole first stage of bliss, of that whole, we're having the best time of our lives, is starting to fade. Okay, it looks like the masculine is going from being very peaceful to, now they're arguing. Okay, and they're arguing about their emotions. Okay, so that romantic feeling is starting to fade. All right, they might have got all the information they needed to get from this karmic, and now it's starting to fade. Let's see what else. Yeah, so this masculine was only really with this karmic because this karmic had a mothering kind of feeling, a protector kind of feeling, a server, someone who took care of this masculine, and this is what they expressed. Okay, so this masculine looked at this karmic as like a mothering kind of person, somebody who just, took care of him. So if the karmic was taking care of the masculine, and they arguing, so I guess the karmic probably exposed the masculine about his ways of how she always do stuff for him, and he's like, well, I'm getting tired of you bringing up, all these past pains. Like maybe the karmic could be exposing the masculine and telling him, like, look, I take care of you, and no other woman's gonna take care of you like that. Okay, so yeah, the masculine just felt like she was somebody that he can trust. Okay, but they do go through their arguments, and when they go through their arguments, it gets worse and worse. It actually don't get stronger and stronger. It gets worse and worse. There's more exposure going. The peace is running away. The peace is no longer staying. Okay, that romantic feelings is fading because this karmic is no longer, and the masculine is no longer meeting on that romantic level. Okay, so when they started off, they started off as sweet. Everybody does. They're always like that. So we got the Sun card. Okay, so it just looks like the masculine, feels like it's time for him to move forward. He's ready to leave that relationship. Okay, he's ready to relieve that karmic, because the karmic could just be too loving, where the masculine still has not mastered, because they said that he in the beginning felt that this karmic was somebody special, somebody sent from heaven, but along the way it's starting to get to the point where the masculine is now feeling like he has to free himself from this, because he's become codependent on this karmic. Okay, so they become, that peace starting to fade, that good beginning is starting to fade. Now the feelings are being exposed, and now the whole motherlings, this is a safe house, this is a place to run to of peace, is being exposed. Okay, this karmic is no longer being nurturing. This karmic is exposing the masculine's weakness, and so he feels like he needs to leave. He needs to follow his intuition and free himself. Okay, free himself from this karmic, because sometimes she's a nice person, sometimes she's not, sometimes she's exposing the masculine just wants to move on and become more of his own independent self. Let's see what else is going on, Spirit. There we go. All right, so he gotta go. Like some masculines. Okay, so this masculine is not being truthful. Okay, so he went from being loving, now he's freeing himself, and he's trying to move forward towards his success. So yes, he's breaking this engagement, he's breaking this bond that he has with this this karmic, and he's separating himself. Okay, he's separating himself because he doesn't feel like he is himself. All right, he doesn't feel like I'm growing. He doesn't feel like he's growing from it. Okay, he doesn't feel like he's growing from it. Like he's been lying, or maybe he's been cheated on, or maybe he's done some cheating. But there's definitely been some infidelity going on here, where the engagement has been. It's either the commitment has been broken, or the engagement has been, canceled, or they just separated. But there is definitely some separation here, because there's, it's just not happening. So let's see what else. Spirit, one more card, please. Yep, so he's definitely moving on. Okay, so the masculine feels like things were good in the beginning. Okay, things were good in the beginning with him and the karmic, but it's taken its toll, and he is ready to free himself from that bondage and move forward. Okay, he is definitely ready to move forward. So he's ready to move forward. All right, let's see what else is going on. Okay, why is this masculine wanting to move forward other than the arguments? What else can you tell us, Spirit? Trapped. All right, so masculine's feeling trapped. All right, okay, one more, Spirit, say one more. So masculine's feeling trapped. Okay, and he wants to get his self-worth back. So he wants to get his power back, and that's understandable. The masculine deserves his strength. Okay, he deserves to be who he wants to be. All right, so he's definitely gaining his power back. He's definitely feeling trapped into something that he doesn't belong in. Okay, so that karmic might have gave him that feeling of entrapment, where she smothered him too much, took care of him too much. He become codependent on her. Okay, and when he tried to become an independent kind of guy, where he's going to work, this karmic has like trust issues, because there's definitely some, he might have cheated on her, or she might have cheated on him, and this stuff happened in their connection where the trust is leaving. So it started off sweet and it ended off pretty rough, and it's all because of the simple fact of codependency. Masculine was too codependent on this karmic. He might have got a stimulus and felt cocky and felt like, that little bit of money could make a big change, because it could be evil, and it also can help set people that's trying to set themselves free free. So if she got stimulus, he got stimulus, and maybe she was, in debt, and she got her stimulus check where he felt like he didn't need to help her anymore. He probably ready to go now. Or is that he used her for a stimulus check, or he got his own stimulus check, took his little money and put it down on either a new car or a new place, probably paid his own bill and ready to go. Okay, because he had came into his own self-worth. Okay, so I mean, it makes sense why he would believe that this karmic is somebody special, because in the beginning, a lot of relationships tend to start off so nice. You don't know each other, you never knew each other physically, and it seems so, so fun and beautiful and something new to explore. But the masculine is awakening himself to, as well as the karmic. The karmic had enough. The karmic feels like, maybe she might have took care of him, and he's too codependent on her. But whatever it is, the way he feel about her has definitely changed. What else, Spirit? So he definitely felt trapped. So he's trying to gain his self-worth back. So we got foundation and achievements. Okay, so most likely he become successful or came into some money. Okay. Might have been studying and, did some work. Felt like he hit their jackpot and ready to build. Okay. So it's like whatever foundation they did have, he felt trapped in. Okay. And when he felt trapped in that situation, it was all fun in the beginning, but he feels trapped in this connection. Okay, so now he's ready to focus more on building himself. All right, what they had together was beautiful, and he's not going to lie about that. He's not going to lie about that, but it's getting worse. Okay, so we got mental conflict. All right, so she's causing a lot, and he's causing a lot of arguing. There's a lot of argument going on between the two. It's causing him some mental conflict. I myself right now feel like a knot in my forehead, so I can tell my masculine is definitely going through something right now. And if you feel that knot in your head, like it's like a headache or something, or just try to relax and reverse it back to them so they can deal with their own pain. But when it comes to the masculine, he wants to build himself. He wants to get that self-worth back. Okay, he wants to come up out of this union because he wants his own independency. This karmic argued with him about him becoming somebody better. She doesn't support his dreams when it comes to what he wants to be, whatever it might be. And it's one thing that the divine, if he's met his divine feminine or feel his divine feminine energetically, is that he's being supported. Okay, he's been supported. So the karmic is pretty much exposing herself as well, because she's now showing that she never wanted to hear what he really had to say anyway. Like I said, it was more of a physical thing, and now that the masculine wants to take his physical body away, it's causing conflict. Okay, so it's causing masculine mental conflict, and he is definitely speaking up about his feelings towards this karmic. It's not beautiful. It's not a pretty sight either. Spirit is pretty much saying it's not a pretty sight. So if you divine feminines feel this argument, kind of toxic energy within you, and there's nothing going on in your life like that, take a deep breath and breathe and just let that toxicity out, because he is going through something with his karmic. Okay, this could be a karmic that you may know, or this could be a karmic that you don't know, but you definitely know the masculine. So it's the knowledge that's powerful. You got hope. Okay, you got that hope there. Okay, so the masculine is pushing to becoming more than himself. Okay, it's like he's feeling a light within himself. Okay, while he's going through, it seems like he be going through his little ego battle, dark night of the soul with this karmic. And when she exposes him, she either bring out the weak side of the masculine or the strong side of the masculine. But whatever it is, you know, it lifts his light. Okay, like she's not giving him positive enforcement. It's not positive enforcement. It's just she's just exposing herself and making the masculine see. It's making the masculine see the difference between the divine in his head and the divine in his life. Okay, so we have financial material changes. Okay, so like I said, he might have came into some money, could have got his stimulus. Okay, got bougie with it. Okay, and it's becoming to make him a different person. And the karmic is like, where you going? You know, like, where you going? Like, you got you some money, now you ready to go, you ready to leave me. This is what the karmic is saying. And the masculine is saying, I got money, but I got to go handle my business. I got to go take care of mine. You got yours, I got mine. You handle yours, I handle mine. So that's causing them separation. Okay, it pissed the karmic off when he said that. When he said, you got your money, I got mine. You do your thing, and I do mine. She was like, well, no, this is a unity. He was like, you know, when it came to his money, he started to think. Okay, it came to his money and his material things that he wanted. You know, because people had got their tax money. And if this masculine was hanging around this karmic around tax time and he didn't get much from her, he ended up getting his own with this stimulus check. So it made him feel superior. Okay, it set him free from her claws around him. That, you know, that spell of this is my life partner. It's really, that money really made that masculine think twice about his goals. Okay, because he didn't really have to do much for that stimulus check. Wow, yeah, see, facing the truth, facing the shadow. You know, he felt, and if he knows his divine feminine already, it's already like crazy. Like he's really preparing for his future. Okay, he's preparing his future. He's like, I got my little money, yes. You know, that's the boost I need. You know, it's not $1 million, but it's enough to get somebody. It's enough to go and put a deposit down on their own house. You know, if they're gonna go and put a down payment on their little spot, or go put a down payment or pay for transportation, it's definitely enough for them to move around a little bit, where they can either invest. Okay, masculine might have took his money and invested a little bit. So you got finances and materials. Okay, so he pretty much, you know, it became more of a, I'm ready to invest, I'm ready to change my state of mind. You know, they tired of arguing with the karmic. Okay, the love is no longer there. Okay, the love is fading. You know, once the love has started to fade, he stayed around because he still had a little bit of feelings left, but it wasn't as strong as it went from being a soulmate to just having feelings for this person, or either a survival tactic where he just stayed because he needed somewhere to stay, some food to eat, or just a friend to talk to. Because, you know, quarantine really had people isolated and not too many people wanted to be around each other. So, you know, they could have been him contacting you feminines, or he could have been contacting another karmic, or decide to go on his own journey. Okay, work on himself. All right, so he's starting to see the truth about life. Getting his materials together. Okay, and the karmic, like I said, the karmic is like, well, where is the unity here? Where is the unity? You're ready to just leave. You're ready to just go. So there's a possibility that the masculine might have already left. Didn't say much to anybody. Probably like Groundhog Day, you know, like it will only come out when it's necessary type stuff, or when the season change. So you do got you know, you got the shadow. So he is definitely facing himself on a spiritual level. If he's already met his feminine, he's ready to face the truth. Okay, he's facing the truth as well as preparing himself to face the truth, as well as, you know, facing his feminine. So he's definitely going to have to face that shadow figure. Okay, one more card, Spirit. Oh, they gave me 2. All right, let's see. So we have Solitude. Okay, so he's definitely studying. distancing himself, and has done some study. He might have, due to the fact of his spirit is telling me that he might have came across some information online. Yeah, so you got emotional withdrawal, okay, when it comes to his heart. So he no longer feels, I'm sorry, I might be putting that too high. So he might, let me see if y'all can see that, right? Yeah, so he's definitely feeling emotionally withdrawn from the karmic right now. Okay. She's triggered him so much where he ended up studying what was going on with him. Like, he literally studied what was going on with him, and there's a possibility he might have came across divine connection, okay? Might have came across a video. It could have started with him just trying to figure out what was going on with him, because he was having a mental breakdown. Okay, the household and the things that he was building, it's not working out. Like, it wasn't working out at home, so he felt so trapped. Like, it was so perfect in the beginning, but now it's fading. Like, at first it started off like, what can I do to make myself better? Okay, what can I do to make myself better? But the light switched on, and the light exposed what was going on, and he ended up coming into some abundance and started preparing himself financially and materially. So he got his check, like I said, and he probably spent on something he wanted or prepared himself to leave. Okay, by him getting that abundance had showed him what it was like to have the money. Okay, because he might have not had this kind of money to himself, where it actually lift his frequency. Okay, lift his frequency and made him feel a little better, where he started to want to begin a new journey. He could have got cocky, and just left. Okay, but you got the solitude, you got the masculine, just being alone and studying and, taking his time. But, it's all because of his emotional withdrawal from the connection. Okay, when it comes to his heart, he's no longer feeling like this karmic is worth exploring. Now it's like he's leveled up, where he's ready to explore his feminine. He's ready to explore a feminine that's more on a higher level. Okay, so you can't really blame him for shifting on his own time. This is what it is. So that is what the masculine feels about his karmic at this moment. Wish him good luck. He's definitely on the way. But be mindful, he still may have some tricks up his sleeve, only because of the simple fact he's traumatized from the experience of dealing with this karmic. He may not want to trust another female again, or vice versa. She may not want to trust a man again. So be mindful that they coming out of these toxic relationships, trying to make a relationship on another level where he don't understand. It could be a scary shift. So just be mindful. Okay, the masculine is definitely working on his self-worth. He's coming out of that connection, and he's working on him. Okay, the love that he did have for this karmic is no longer the same, because it shifted from being a soulmate to them breaking off the engagement or separation. Okay, so that is the reading for what the masculine feels about the karmic. Okay, if it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. Okay, if you'd like to book a personal reading on your situation, check the description below for more information. Peace.